This is Matthew 24, and I'm going to start at 6, and it says, And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect, and much respect to the brothers pushing his word in the four winds of the earth. Shalom to you few sincere sisters out there as well. It's Brother Ariyah coming at you with another lesson. Another love of many shall wax cold. And I got a couple articles I just wanted to show you real fast. All right. And it says, Mom arrived home from daycare only to slightly puncture her 1-year-old before she drowned both her and the baby's older sister to death, man. You know? And this is the chick right here. And we've been seeing a lot of that, man. There was a dude that took his kids to the beach and drowned them in the water, man. You know? I think he was a Jake. You know, so more and more things are coming up like this where people are killing their children. I'm not gonna, read the whole article and all that. But, yeah, man. This is one example of love, of the love of many waxing cold out here. Let's go to another one here that I've seen. This one is crazy. And it says, a baby dies after young mom cut the umbilical cord with a kitchen knife, but failed to secure it after, and then threw the child out of the window, man. You know, if this ain't the love of someone waxing cold, I don't know what is, man. All right? This is crazy, and this happened in Philadelphia, I believe. All right? And it says, according to the police officials, a young mom and dad later identified as 20-year-old Emily and 19-year-old Joshua were taken into custody and later charged with the multiple charges, including criminal homicide, concealing the death of an infant, and other charges after they killed their baby. Okay, and why are not the last names in here? But anyway, yeah, threw the baby right out the window, man, like it was nothing. Yeah, the love of many is waxing cold out here. Let me see here, another one. It says a man hits a toddler in the stomach and killing him, man. Who was gonna gut check a toddler, man? You know, Enrique Lopez Gomez was arrested overnight Wednesday, June 26th, on Thursday, June 27th, on third-degree murder and other charges in connection with the death of a 21-month-old boy, according to the Chester County District's Attorney Office. Yeah, man. 3 instances where it's children being killed, man. You know? Let's get one more. Let's get a couple more, actually. I got 2 more for you. I'm not going to read into this, but this happened 4 days ago, with 3 Edomites, killed a so-called black man, okay, a Judite. And what the man said was, I just blew that nigga head off, okay? And they're facing sentencing in his murder here, man. And they said that, they left him right here. It says 3 men, Ryan Nichols, Daniel DeGuardia, and Holden Dodson, were arrested after the body of Gary Jackson, 39, was found behind a dumpster in May of 2023. Okay, so I guess it took them this long to find out who did it, right? But they left him. They just left him there, you know. Shot him in the head and left him there, man. You know, and the spirit of Esau is rousing up, man, to get on Jake's, man, try and kill him. You know, and this is, to me, I mean, they were all heinous, but this one right here, it just takes the cake. It says, dad dies after being trapped under a car for hours and bystanders robbed him. It says a dad died after being crushed to death while trying to fix his family's car, and bystanders robbed him rather than helping him. And it says Geronimo Garcia Guerra was possibly stuck under the car for hours before someone called emergency services. His family have claimed that by the time police arrived, thieves have stolen everything from his pockets. The car he was working on had been looted, and the one he arrived in had been stolen. Damn. So they took this man came to help somebody out with their car. They couldn't even stay out there with him. They just left him out here to, you know, fix their car. They didn't go check on him. You need something to drink, anything? No. Left him out there. He gets stuck. Okay, I guess the jack had toppled over somehow and crushed him and had him stuck under the car. And these people say, instead of helping this man, you know, I see an opportunity here. I'm going to steal everything out of his pockets, everything that's in the car that he's working on, and I'm going to steal his car on top of that, man. Wow. The love of many is waxing cold, man.
Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I want to see this. I got to see this. I'm so happy. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yes, I'm so happy. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm a hero, man. I was not stopping until I knew that these people was going to get these people at the back of this motherfucking truck. This is a real live trafficking situation. These are somebody's kids. I'm proud of myself. I did a good deed for the day. I kept driving and I kept driving and I kept driving and I kept driving. I was not going to stop, man. I was not going to stop. I could not stop.
The Deer Park community is devastated this morning, suffering the loss of 4 people after a reckless driver barreled into a nail salon in the middle of the day. And several people are still hospitalized at this hour. Eyewitness News reporter Marcus Solis is live for us in Deer Park this morning. And Marcus, we now know more information about the driver, and police are still conducting that investigation, right?
Absolutely, Pedro. Beyond reckless, this driver was drunk, according to police, as he sped through the parking lot and crashing into the front of that nail salon, which remains under police guard. The windows all blown out. That vehicle almost making it to the back of the crowded nail salon. It was 4:30 yesterday when police say the 64-year-old driver went at a high rate of speed from the lot we are standing across the street, across Grand Boulevard, and then right through the parking lot into the Hawaii Nail and Spa, killing 4 people at the scene. 9 others transported to area hospitals, including one person who was airlifted to Stony Brook Hospital. Again, this is on a busy Friday afternoon. The Salon crowded. 3 men, 1 woman, 3 women, 1 man killed, 9 others hospitalized. Devastating. Those who come here and are familiar with the spa.
Always accommodating to you, sweet, you know, laughing all the time. They really were. All the workers there were great too. Just so sad.
Yesterday I did my nails. Look. yesterday. I did my manicure and pedicure. My heart dropped because life is so fragile. Life is so fragile.
Now, the driver himself was taken to the hospital, remains hospitalized with minor injuries. 64-year-old Stephen Schwally of Dix Hills, now charged with DWI. Police say he will be arraigned at a later date. And we're live in Deer Park.
Trying to tackle the rapidly escalating violent crime among Venezuelan gang members in the city who have gotten into New York.
Fox 8's Linda Schmidt talked to the NYPD, who says this crime wave is one of their greatest challenges. She joins us live from the newsroom now. Linda, what can you tell us tonight?
Well, you know, basically what you just said right there, this is one of the NYPD's biggest challenges right now. Now, the NYPD expects the migrant Venezuelan gang crimes to actually get worse in the city before it gets better. They're waving the guns around.
Correct.
Waving guns and flashing gang signs on this video. The NYPD says these are suspected members of the ruthless Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua, which has been infiltrating the U.S. for the last 2 years. NYPD Assistant Chief of Detectives Jason Savino telling me it is believed this video was made while the gang members were in Ecuador, and its purpose is to recruit new members.
Then, when you fast forward, you see the same individuals where? In Times Square. So that's our concern.
The NYPD says Tren de Aragua has been making it over the border with the migrant influx and is getting established in New York.
What we do see is they are trying to grow.
The gang has gone from petty crimes like shoplifting and stealing cell phones and jewelry to all-out shootouts in the streets. Alleged gang member Bernardo Raul Mata recently confessing to police that gang members are being instructed to shoot police officers. Mata is charged with shooting 2 officers after they stopped him for riding a moped the wrong way on a one-way street in Queens. In court, an assistant district attorney revealing what Mata told investigators about the gang.
Tren de Aragua members are smuggling firearms into city shelters inside food delivery packages. That way they don't have to go through the metal detector.
Guns being smuggled into migrant shelters in food delivery packages that are not being screened. The gang violence is escalating, and now drugs are coming into the picture.
We're just starting to see a drug called Tusi, which is a pink cocaine type substance.
It seems like this is a huge challenge.
It's as big of a challenge as we faced.
The NYPD has faced difficult challenges in the past and is determined to win this fight to keep New Yorkers safe.
We're having success. We're taking down networks of individuals. We're up to the task and we'll accomplish it.
Now, today I also reached out
for the man who admits to driving high and then crashing into a car last summer in Massapequa, killing 4 members of one family.
As CBS 2's Carolyn Gussoff reports, remaining family members gave him an earful about the grief he caused.
The Huntley family of Uniondale, missing 4 beloved members, spoke through tears directly to Michael D'Angelo, the driver who took their lives, calling him a negligent addict with complete disregard for human life.
He belongs behind bars. He doesn't belong in the real world.
A car full of potential gone in an instant last August when the family out for ice cream celebrating Marine veteran Pat Huntley's job promotion stopped at a red light. Huntley was killed along with his 2 children, 10-year-old Jeremiah, 13-year-old Hannah, and later his 6-year-old granddaughter Chantal Solomon.
It's been really hard trying to go through life not being a mom now. I have to explain how my daughter died and why I don't have her.
The prosecutors say they were robbed of an entire lifetime, a family with 3 generations of mothers who had to bury children.
A normal afternoon for a family. But up on the road, Michael D'Angelo was a menace. He was driving erratically for miles.
Video captured D'Angelo's car like a missile, said prosecutors, barreling at 120 miles an hour down busy Sunrise Highway, obliterating the Huntley's car. Officials say he was high on cocaine and fentanyl with a long history of drug abuse. He told the court, I'm taking full responsibility. It's my fault. Words do not exist that would explain my remorse.
Those are just words. It's very easy for him to say, I would exchange my life for this.
The judge sentenced D'Angelo to 7 to 21 years, telling him it's small consolation to the victims that you didn't intend to kill anyone. Being addicted to drugs is not an excuse for what you did.
Given
Overnight,
chance.
police are searching for the person accused of a violent attack at the Fulton Street subway station in Manhattan. This happened just before 1:30 this morning. Investigators say the 39-year-old victim got into an argument with the suspect, who then slashed him in his face and arms. The suspect got away on a A-bound Brooklyn train.
Well, outdoor diners, beware. This surveillance video shows what's starting to look like a pattern of armed robberies at outside restaurants. In this instance, 2 men eating at Marlowe & Sons in Williamsburg were forced to hand over their watches. There have been similar incidents at Birds of a Feather, also in Williamsburg, and Carbone in the Village. Police are trying to figure out whether the holdups are connected.
We begin in the East Village, where a triple stabbing left 1 person dead, as well as 2 others injured.
It's a mess. I think it's a mess.
That's how one neighbor described this stretch of 14th Street, a busy East Village thoroughfare turned crime scene, as police investigate a triple stabbing that left 1 man dead. According to the NYPD, it all went down just before 6 o'clock yesterday evening. Police have not detailed the circumstances that led up to the stabbing, but say it happened outside near Avenue A. Investigators say a 38-year-old man was stabbed in the neck, a 52-year-old woman was stabbed in the leg, and a 31-year-old man was stabbed in the lower back. They were all rushed to Bellevue Hospital, where the 38-year-old man died from his injuries. The woman is in critical condition, and the younger man is said to be stable.
The first thing I saw was a lady on the ground right here, and she was bleeding profusely. She had a wrap around, tourniquet around her leg. And then I saw a man getting into the ambulance. He had a stab wound on his neck.
1 person was taken into custody at the scene, and a cutting instrument was recovered as detectives conducted interviews and cordoned through evidence, all while suitcases, clothing, shoes, and other belongings were strewn across the sidewalk. Some who live in the area say it's home to illegal vendors, rampant drug use, crime, and claim the city hasn't done enough to clean up the streets.
This isn't a safe street to walk on at night, but even during the day, I always walk on the other side.
I can't even remember how many times I've called 311 complaining.
Mayor Adams was grilled about the problem during a community conversation back in February and promised a solution.
We can't seem to get this problem to go away. The 9th precinct shows up, moves them out, they're back in an hour, they're back the next day.
I have traveled that block. I'm gonna go back
early Tuesday morning.
The murder of Javier Osorio Mejia continues to reverberate across the sneaker community in the city tonight. On Orchard Street on the Lower East Side, the 31-year-old victim is being remembered outside the store he once owned, Vault 134.
Can't believe it. It's like a nightmare. Family man, loved his daughter.
T owns a business down the street. He and others in the community knew the victim by the nickname Crack, C-R-A-C-C.
Very sweet guy, good father, good son, friendly with everybody. Come in the morning, he make you laugh. He will ask you if you want coffee, whatever, just a friendly guy.
Police say at 5:15 Tuesday morning, the victim, driving a Range Rover on Green Street in Soho, was shot at least 3 times. Rushed to the hospital, he died. On the cobblestone street, his cash was left behind, along with his new Range Rover. The Bayonne, New Jersey resident was quickly identified by friends as a fixture in the sneaker scene.
I didn't know him super well. I don't want to come on here and pretend like we were super close, but everything I knew about him felt like it was from an era of New York City sneaker reselling that has kind of gone by the wayside and evaporated. But he was really outside and really hustling and trying to show up to every single release and really be connected and know the right people.
Police are now on the hunt for the shooter or shooters, saying whoever did it fled the scene in a black SUV. The motive is also under investigation.
What do you think should happen to the person who did this?
God got him. For sure, God got him.
A broader memorial is being planned to take place outside his former store on Wednesday.
Up in Central Park, a sunbathing 21-year-old woman had to fight off a man who attempted to rape her in broad daylight.
Julie runs with her dog no matter what the time of day.
I do feel safer with the dog for sure.
The NYPD flooding Central Park after a man attempted to rape a 21-year-old woman while she was sunbathing by herself. It happened in the Great Hills section at 104th Street and West Drive about 1:30 in the afternoon.
She sees a male black coming towards her, exposing himself. She screams and gets up to run. He tackles her from behind.
Chief John Schell says the woman fought off her attacker and ran away. The suspect ran southbound on West Drive. Chief Schell giving a description.
Male black in his 30s, about 6 feet, medium build, wearing a light colored shirt and shorts. He also has curly hair.
The NYPD says it wants surveillance cameras permanently installed in dark and remote areas of the park and is working with the Parks Department to make that happen.
I would like to put cameras up in these bike paths that are not illuminated. So I want cameras there because a lot of times these incidents that we see that are happening here in this park and parks across the city, there are areas that are off the beaten path. There are areas that are not seen by the visual patrol where police officers are in a patrol car patrolling the park.
Some park goers out exercising are surprised by the violent attack.
I'm out here running at least a couple times a week, and this is very unusual for at least what I've seen. I've never felt unsafe.
And right now, the NYPD is going over footage from surveillance cameras that are outside the park and all around the outside of the park, because there is a very good chance one of those cameras could have picked up an image of this suspect leaving the park, and then the NYPD would be able to release that image, those pictures, to the public to help identify and locate the suspect.
Down in Greenwich Village.
Now to a developing story upstate. Police say officers shot and killed a 13-year-old boy who displayed what appeared to be a firearm. According to Utica police, officers stopped 2 teens last night just after 10 o'clock. Investigators say one of them started running and pointed what looked like a gun. Then they say an officer opened fire, striking the teen in the chest. He died at the hospital.
A Utica police officer ultimately discharged his firearm once, striking the male during a ground struggle. In the near future, to ensure public trust and transparency, the Utica Police Department will release a full body-worn camera footage of the involved police officers unedited.
The 13-year-old who died has been identified as Naya Wei. Police say the weapon was a replica Glock handgun with a detachable magazine. It was found to be a pellet gun. The state attorney general's office is leading the investigation and will determine whether the shooting was justified. The officers involved have been placed on administrative leave.